Welcome to Yoga Santa Barbara Style. This is a light-hearted, fun, and informative one-hour show with wide appeal. Whether you're a seasoned yoga practitioner, a once-in-a-while yogi, just starting your yoga adventures, or if you've never even taken a deep breath, there's something for you in this program.
My name is Ray Colby, and I'm the host of Yoga Santa Barbara Style. Each week, I interview a guest yoga instructor from the Santa Barbara area. The instructor provides a 25-minute yoga sequence filmed on location around Santa Barbara, wherever they teach. I will also present tips and techniques on breathwork, asana, and meditation.
My name is Sarah Remick, and I will present Yoga News, which highlights news and events within the yoga community relevant to Santa Barbara area yogis. I also present a playful and informative nutritional segment called Food for Thought. Each week is full of brand new guests, new poses, new health and wellness hints and recipes, new breath work, the occasional mantra or mudra, and new smiles.
We hope that you will sit back and enjoy us for the next hour. Or feel free to get on the floor and practice with us. We present a lot of juicy information, so if you want to take notes, have a paper and pen nearby.
We look forward to bringing you this joyful, educational show with open hearts. If you miss an episode, visit us online to catch up on what you missed. Thank you for joining us. We've got a great show for you this week. Our guest instructor is Siddhi, who teaches at Yoga Soup, the Santa Barbara Yoga Center, and at various locations around the world. I will discuss the wonders of coconut in my Food for Thought segment, and in Yoga News, I'll talk about the Yoga Journal brand and their conference they held this summer.
I'll discuss breathwork in the context of a recent workshop I attended with Rod Stryker at the Yoga Journal Conference in San Diego. I'll provide a method of meditating and a couple of helpful visualization techniques, and I'll discuss the value of meditation. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to Yoga News. Standing in line at the grocery store or perusing the magazine racks in the airport, it would be hard to miss the beautiful and engaging covers of the ever-popular Yoga Journal magazine. For over 35 years, Yoga Journal has dedicated themselves to reporting the expansion and revolution of the yoga movement. Yoga Journal was founded in 1975 with the intent to unite the ever-growing yoga community and to provide material that combines the essence of classical yoga with the latest understanding of modern science. I think it's safe to say that yoga has now fully entered mainstream America. According to Yoga Journal's most recent Yoga in America survey, 15.8 million people in the United States now practice yoga, spending nearly $6 billion a year on classes, equipment, clothing, vacations, and media. And while more people are practicing yoga than ever before, the real reason for Yoga Journal's continued success is that the magazine remains true to its original mission. Give readers insightful articles on yoga filled with the most current scientific information available while honoring the 5,000-year-old tradition on which it's based. The magazine features editorials on the basics, making yoga asana and philosophy accessible to new students or those longtime students looking for a little refresher. There is an Eating Wisely section for the food part of the yoga lifestyle. There's a home practice section to assist in incorporating yoga asana into your home life, not just in a studio. The Masterclass section highlights in-depth instruction written by master teachers. A media section highlights the world of music, DVDs, books, and other noteworthy happenings in the yoga industry media. The Om section features trends and news in the yoga world. Well-being is a section devoted to the holistic practices such as bodywork, herbal remedies, and nutrition that complement a yogic lifestyle. Lastly, there is a wisdom section that discusses how incorporating a yogic philosophy in your life can help modern-day yogis or the average Joe live a more fulfilled and evolved life. Yoga Journal also publishes their own series of DVDs and books under the Yoga Journal name. They produce international versions of their magazine and host a website full of information and a shop to purchase yoga-related products and gear. They also hold 4 conferences per year that attract thousands of participants to world-renowned instructors, classes, and lectures. This year, here on the California coast, we are lucky to have 2 Yoga Journal conferences. The first was in San Francisco, and the second was in San Diego this past July. Conferences are regularly held in San Francisco, New York, and Colorado. Next year, there will be one in Florida, and in 2014, they'll return to San Diego. The San Diego conference in July covered 5 days with over 30 master teachers like Anna Forrest, Scott Blossom, and Catherine Budig, teaching over 100 classes, as well as lectures, workshops, and kirtan to choose from to customize your own yoga experience. Yoga Journal conferences are unique in that you can orchestrate your experience by attending any class you want at any time, or by following the preset schedules they call tracks, like the beginner track or the contemplative track, to get the most from your yoga conference experience. With event sponsors like Lululemon or Acacia, Samazon, and the Chopra Center, you can be sure there will be tons of delicious snacks and enticing information as a wonderful addition to the asana practices. Our host, Ray Colby, attended the conference in San Diego, and he will incorporate some of what he learned there in his presentations over the coming weeks. Visit yjevents.com for more information on the conference and to check out the lineup of teachers and classes available. And you can visit yogajournal.com for more information on the magazine and everything under the Yoga Journal umbrella.
In upcoming episodes, I will present a few yogic breathing techniques, but I will only present a few. I think that we can all learn Ujjayi Pranayama, for example, along with a few other breathing patterns within this environment. However, the more advanced techniques require student-teacher interaction, which is not appropriate for this venue. So we'll simply add a few small additions to these patterns over time, showing that with a small but sustained effort, you can apply these breathing patterns to different areas of your life and health with remarkable results. Recently, I attended a workshop on pranayama with Rod Stryker. And he said, to make yoga more accessible, spend 10 minutes with the breath. As you consciously shape your breath, deepen your effortlessness. And he reminded us that the explicit teaching of pranayama is to remove the veil of inner light. He then went on to express that pure breathing requires that we resolve specific pathologies in the breath. The first he mentioned was gasping or loud breathing. The second was irregular breathing, where the inhale and the exhale were not of the same length. And the third he mentioned was emotional breathing. I'll focus here on the irregular breathing and help to bring your attention to your breath. Mr. Stryker described the breathing cycle as a continuous cycle, as shown here in this image, where the inhalation and exhalation are equal, and the inhale isn't unconsciously or otherwise held, but there's no point at which the breath stops. Not at the top before exhaling, not at the bottom before inhaling, not anywhere. Unless you've been practicing breath work or are naturally gifted in this area, this is probably not how you breathe. Many of us pause at the top or bottom of our breath, or both, as this diagram indicates. But if you sit with your breath for 10 to 15 minutes, not controlling it, but observing, you may begin to notice even more erratic patterns in your breath. You may notice that not only does your breath stop at the bottom and top, but it flutters or catches in other places. Perhaps near the top of your breath, as this diagram indicates, or near the bottom, as this diagram illustrates, or any other combination of irregularity in the breath. So going back to the first diagram, begin to consider a fluid breathing pattern such as this. Inhale equal in length to the exhale. No pause anywhere. As you reach the top of your breath, the inhale gently becomes an exhale. Now, strive to distribute your breath evenly throughout your lungs. Top and bottom, left and right, front and back. At first, you may have a hard time sensing the parts of your lungs that aren't opening. A gentle, steady touch and verbal feedback from a yoga buddy can increase your awareness and help you learn to breathe fully and evenly. And as you begin to practice and achieve this fluidity of breath, you will find more breathing techniques become available to you. And you are better able to handle the constantly changing circumstances in your life. So I urge you to begin a regular breathing exercise, if only for 10 to 15 minutes a day. It will change your life, on and off the mat.